Hi everyone, I'm Nixie and welcome to February's manga haul. This is everything that I picked up throughout the month of February, new releases, a few already released series, and at the end I'll be sharing as well some out of print manga that I picked up. So let's get into what I picked up. So let's go ahead and get into it. I'm going to be doing it publisher by publisher, and we're going to start off with the new releases this month. So we're going to start with 7 Seas because they've been releasing things really quick. We've been getting a ton of releases from 7 Seas. So the first one is Never Satisfied, which is a huge trim. This is the same size as Awaken if you've got that, so it is a large, the largest size so far that I've seen anyway from 7 Seas, which is kind of odd because it's annoying on my shelf that, like, apart from one other, which is Awaken, nothing else like sits right with it. I don't know if I'm the only one that gets annoyed by that, but this is full colour, as you can see here, and I was kind of on the fence about picking this up, but I do love a full colour. It did sound interesting. I've not read it yet. I was kind of thinking, like, actually I haven't kind of kept on top of reading new releases and things that I've picked up, but when I looked back at what I have read, I've still read 32 manga and Scumville and Self-Saving System, like 3 novels of that, which is all like 300 pages long. So I don't think I've done too bad actually this month. I just haven't kept up with new releases yet. I've just been reading other stuff. But yes, I'm intrigued to get into this one. Like I say, we love a full colour here. But yeah, it sounded interesting, so I picked it up. Next we have Monologue Woven for You. This is the 3rd and final volume. I have enjoyed this, the first 2 volumes. So it is a nice short sweet GL. Like I say, only 3 volumes long, and this is also full colour, and it's a matte page as well, which I actually really appreciate. I definitely prefer a matte page as well, rather than, like, say, Never Satisfied is more of a like glossier page. But yeah, so I'm excited to see how this concludes. It's been very sweet so far, so I'm excited to get to this one. Next we have Sword of the Demon Hunter, and look how gorgeous this cover is. I really love this cover, and it's matte. We love matte. I was really excited for this one. I have started reading it and I'm enjoying it so far, and I really like the artwork as well. So yes, volume 2 as well you can pre-order, which I think comes out in a couple of months as well. But yes, I've been enjoying this one so far. Next we have Crossplay Love Otoko vs Punk. So this is the 3rd volume. I'm yet to catch up on this, to be honest, but I've heard that it's very sweet. It's a BL, and yeah, I've heard that it's very cute, so I am excited to get into this one. I just need to catch up. And then we have Kimono Jihen. This is volume 4. I've been enjoying this series so far. It feels like things are picking up, the plot's thickening a little bit. I've just got to read volume 3, which I have. But yeah, I've been enjoying this one so far. It's very interesting, and I like the concept of the storyline as well so far, and I really like the artwork. I love the main character that's in this, that you start off with at the very beginning. So I'm excited to get into this as well. Next we have Futari Escape volume 2. I really enjoyed the first volume of this, so this is a GL, but it kind of felt more like it was just best friends hanging out, rather than like a GL. So I don't know whether we're going to get more like romantic development within this, but they seem to be pretty established together so far anyway, so I'm not entirely sure where their relationship's going to go, but I did enjoy the first volume. It was very sweet, it was very cute, about a lot of procrastination, which I completely relate to. But yeah, so I'm excited to read this as well, to see if there's any development as well between these 2 characters, or whether it's just going to be sort of like similar to volume 1. And then we have I Think I Turned My Childhood Friend Into a Girl Volume 2. I believe this got pushed back. It was supposed to come out last year. It got pushed back quite a bit. I think it was something to do with translations, but don't quote me on that because I know there's some issues with the first volume being translated. I enjoyed the first volume. Again, it was quite sweet and it was very cute. It is a BL as well, but it's very, very sweet, so I really want to read this one soon. It's pretty much just hit my doormat, so this is going to be high up on my TBR list. Then we had Outbride Beauty and the Beast Volume 3, which I love this series. It's mature, but I have really been loving this series. I've read this one. I've read this pretty much as soon as I got it. It seems like we're getting somewhere a little bit as well between the relationship between the main characters. But yeah, it's been very enjoyable so far. I would like that there's obviously like the relationships between the female lead and the 4 main characters as well, but there is an overall plot as well. It's not just about like their sexual relations or anything like that. So I'm excited for Volume 4 to come out. Thankfully they've been fairly quick, like every few months, and we should be getting Volume 4 in a couple of months as well. So next we have Tokyo Revengers Volume 7 to 8. Omnibus, I do like these. I like that they're flexible book as well in the larger print size. So like 7C is normal, sort of smaller print size. So you can see it's a nice volume, but it's still flexible, so you're not gonna like break your spine or anything. Honestly, I've not read any of the Tokyo Revengers yet, but I think I am gonna start reading soon because we've got what, 4? Yeah, so this is the 4th omnibus that we've got. So I think I am actually going to start it pretty soon, but I did kind of jump on the bandwagon with this one with all the hype that was going around when it was first announced. I did kind of like jump on the bandwagon and was like, okay, let's see what all the hype is about this, and then I've just not read it yet. But it is high up on the TBR list. I will start making my way through it. And then finally from 7 Seas we have Marmalade Boy Volume 1. So this is a newly translated version of Marmalade Boy, because the original, I can't remember who published it, but the original is out of print now, but 7 Seas picked up the license for it. And like they said, there was going to be like, it's a fresh translation of the story. I know this was like very much a nostalgia series for a lot of people, so I thought I'd go ahead and check it out because I never read the original. But yeah, I've heard as well like it's kind of a bit controversial, like the plot line, but hey, who doesn't love a bit of controversy? So I thought, hey, let's give this one a go. So that's it from 7 Seas. So next we're going to go ahead and move on to Viz Media. So first of all we have The Elusive Samurai Volume 4, and I had a notification to say that 5 is on its way already. So these are coming out thick and fast as well. You can read it on the Shonen Jump app if you wanted to. I'm like partway through this series so far because they keep coming out quite quick, but I'm enjoying it so far. It was more, I want to say like slapstick, like it's more comedic than what I thought it was going to be, like the expressions of some of the characters and the way that they act. But I have been enjoying this. It's a bit more of a less intense read so far in a way. Obviously I don't know how it's going to progress, but I have been enjoying it. But like I say, they're coming out quick, so I'm like needing to catch up a little bit, especially if Volume 5 is already on its way. And then we have My Special One Volume 1, which I know a lot of people were really excited to read this. I have read this one. It was quite cute and it was a really enjoyable read, and I didn't expect the first volume to end actually how it did. But I kind of feel like the main character, she is kind of relatable in not wanting to find love, like not interested because of like past experiences and stuff really put her off. But yeah, I have really enjoyed this one so far, so I'm excited for the next volume to come out. I'm not entirely sure when yet. It's going to be coming out. I'm not sure if you can pre-order it yet. But yeah, I was kind of a little bit like taken back with how it ended, so I need to find out like how it's going to go in the next volume. Then we have Rainbow Days Volume 2. I believe you can pre-order 3 and 4 as well, which is going to be released this year, so these are coming out pretty quick as well. I've started reading the first volume, which seems kind of cute, but I don't feel like I've read enough of it to really like get a proper opinion of it. So Volume 2 is out already. And then we have Romantic Killer Volume 2. I really enjoyed the first volume. It was quite comedic. I enjoyed it, and it's a full colour as well. We love full colour. This is only going to be 4 volumes. So it is a short series, and all 4 volumes will be out this year as well. So yeah, not a long series. It's full colour. We love a full colour, and yeah, it's been funny so far. And then one that I was really excited, Trojan X. So this is from the creator of Tokyo Ghoul, which is why I was really excited to pick this up. You can read it on the Shonen Jump app as well. I think it is quite far ahead, and we are going to get a few volumes this year as well. I think up to volume 4 is supposed to be coming out this year. But yeah, I'm really excited about this because I love Tokyo Ghoul, like the anime and the manga, even though they are quite different. I love both, so I'm excited to see what the creators come up with next. And the artwork, as you would expect, like from Tokyo Ghoul, looks really interesting. It is quite dark from the looks of it as well. I'm just yet to actually read this. It's quite a chunky volume actually. So yeah, I cannot wait to read this. This is also high up on my TBR list. And yeah, I know there's a lot of people excited for this one. And then lastly from Viz, we have Mermaid Scales and the Town of the Sun. This is a very last minute pre-order from me. It's a very chunky volume. Not as flexible as Seven Seas. But yeah, I think this is like a classic story. Don't quote me on that. Possibly an anime. Again, don't quote me on that. But yeah, it sounded quite cute, like quite a cute story. Mermaids, I'm there, I'm in. So I'm quite intrigued to get into this. The art style is a little bit plainer than what I thought it would be, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And the cover is absolutely gorgeous as well. Next, we are going to move on to Tokyo Pop. Tokyo Pop has come out with some great licenses this month, early releases, a lot of these, so I'd be really excited for Tokyo Pop. The first one, completely random for me, Guardian of Fukushima, which is absolutely massive, as you can see. It's full colour. As well, which actually picked up quite a lot of full colour this month, which we love. And this is like based on true events with like a natural disaster that happened, but it ties into like Japanese legends as well. Again, it was kind of the cover that sold me on it, which was why I picked it up. But yeah, it's absolutely massive. We had a lot of BL releases, which I was super excited for. So the first one is Confessions of a Shy Baker. I was excited for all of these. So yeah, Confessions of a Shy Baker, which is a more mature couple established in their ways, which we love a mature couple over here. So super stoked for that one. And then probably my most anticipated one, which I really like the sound of, The Flower That Seems to Truly Dance, which I love this cover. It's so simple but so pretty. Yeah, this was what I was most excited for coming out from Tokyo Pop, so I'm so happy that it's here. Again, just a one shot. We have A Gentle Noble's Vacation Recommendation of Volume 6's fantasy series. I am really struggling to find Volume 2 for some reason. which is really annoying because I want to actually make it through this series. We get volume 7 I think this year as well, or late on in the year. So yeah, trying to hunt down a volume 2. And then next, another one shot, Scram Blues, which all of these covers are really great. I love the covers. So yeah, this is another one shot from Tokyo Pop. And then also another one that I was excited for, The Snake Who Loved a Sparrow. Again, these covers, so nice. Again, just a one shot. And then we have Be My Love, Be My Lord as well. Again, super excited for these to come out. Like, Tokyo Pop does not miss on their licensing when it comes to like one shots with BLs. Like, if you are interested in dipping your toes into that genre, then I highly recommend that you start with Tokyo Pop with their one shots, because you really can't go wrong. And what I also absolutely love about Tokyo Pop is that they have a little thing on the back here, so it tells you like the age range, like that it's a boys love or a girls love, or like fantasy series. And then it also has like the trigger warnings here as well, which more publishers should do that, so it's easier for consumers to pick it up and like see what actually is going to be in the like story, whether that's too triggering for them or just not their style. It's so easy to see. So I really appreciate that Tokyo Pop actually does that. Like I say, I wish more publishers would do that. Then we have a couple of like random things here. We have from Square Enix. I'm so excited for this. This is Tokyo Aliens Volume 2. I've read this. It left on a cliffhanger, which I am like distraught about. Like, I need Volume 3 like yesterday. Probably one of my like absolute favorite new releases that we're getting. Great series. I love the artwork, the pace of it, the action, the characters as well. Like I love this series so much so far. Then from Sublime, we get Candy Color Paradox, which was an early release at Volume 6. I absolutely love this series so much. These two are like an old married couple bickering, but they are really sweet together as well. I love this series. And then a new license from Sublime, Megami and Tsugumi, Volume 1. So this is an Omegaverse. If you're not familiar with Omegaverses, like, I'm really paraphrasing here, but basically there's like 6 genders in the world. So you have Omegas, Alphas, and Betas, and you have male and female of each of those. So the Alphas, they can get like the Omegas pregnant whether they're male or female, and the Omegas can get pregnant whether they are male or female. And then Betas, they're just nobody's basically in the stories. But yeah, they are usually quite trigger warning heavy with the way that like relationships start off as. So I know that it's not for everyone, but I would recommend that if you are wanting to dip your toes into a Megaverse story, that you just have a quick Google before you end up purchasing anything. Just get the general gist of what it's all about first. But I love an Omegaverse story. I wish we had more in physical print in English as well. So I'm happy that Sublime picked this up, because this is actually a really great story as well, and I love the 2 characters as well. A lot of the times the Omegas are sort of like a bit more, they're portrayed as more of, for want of a better word, weak, but not in this one, and I love it so much. From Kuma, we have A Home Far Away, which Kuma is my favourite like publisher, as the way that they actually present their manga. I love the dust covers that we get. There's usually some artwork on the front as well, and yeah, I just love the way they present it, and they're quite stiff, sturdy manga as well, printed on like really good quality paper. That's like nice and bright as well. Now this one, like, I'm eager to read it. It is just a one shot. I am eager to read it, but also, like, I tend to have like a quick flick through a lot of manga when I get them, and it kind of looks like it's going to be a bit tough going as well from like the description. So I think this is going to be like, I kind of have to be in the right frame of mind to read it, if that makes sense. But the artwork does look beautiful as well, so I am excited to read it. I just need to be like prepared, I think, to read it. So that is everything from Tokyo Pop, Sublime, and like a couple of other random ones as well. So next we have Yen Press and Kodansha / Vertical. So let's start with Yen Press first. Well, actually, let's start with Eyes Press. So we have Villains Are Destined to Die Volume 2. Look at this cover. This is absolutely beautiful. I love the colours on this. Again, this is full colour. We love a full colour. I'm yet to pick up Volume 1. I had planned to do that before Volume 2 had got here, but whoops, I got Volume 2 first. So yeah, I've heard lots of really good things about this. I know it's really popular, like you can get quite a lot of merch and stuff for it. So yes, I need to pick up Volume 1 before I can actually read this. Okay, so Yen Press, we have Doomsday with My Dog. I've read a little bit of this. It's just kind of like little events that happen. A little bit like Creepy Cat, if any of you have read that. But yeah, there's some weird things that happen, but the artwork is really cute. We need more manga manhwas with doggos in them, because we love a doggo as well. But yeah, so this has been cute so far. It's a light, easy read, and you can sort of like stop at any point if you just want to like read a few pages or whatever, then this is a good option. And then we have Volume 7 of Sasaki and Mino. If you've been on my channel for even 2 seconds watching any of my manga videos, you know I freaking love this. It has such a chokehold on me. It's the sweetest, cutest, most adorable BL you will, or romance you'll ever read. It's so cute. I freaking love it. So yeah, Volume 7, it's just more of Sasuke and me, and I was like, oh god, it's so adorable. I love it. It's one of my absolute favourite ongoing series ever. So I'm happy that this came out pretty quick, and I already need Volume 8. And then we have, following on from that, Hirono and Kagura. This is the light novel as well. We're going to get a couple of light novels. So we've got this one. We are also going to get First Years, which is little stories about when all the characters, their interactions. I think as well we'll get to know how Mino and Hirono became friends. There is also another light novel which I'm hoping that we'll get licensed as well in English once First Year comes out, because it's like the next one after that. So fingers crossed we get that in English as well. But yeah, so the light novel of these two, these are super cute as well. Kind of a different dynamic than Sasuke and Mino, more of a like mother hen type situation, which is super cute. So I'm excited to read this. It's not terribly thick, so I don't think it'll take too long to get through. And then we have Sotus Volume 1. Now I'm not a fan of like the whole hazing thing. It's just bullying to me. And this is basically around like hazing. However, I did really enjoy this volume. It was quite comical in some areas, and I love how you get to see the hazers like kind of true personality coming out as well. So I'm excited for volume 2. So I didn't mind so much about like the hazing thing because the storyline was good. So I'm excited for volume 2 as well. And then we have Blue Lock of Volume 5. We are getting quite a lot of these coming out. Volume 9 I think is up for pre-order, and I believe that that's coming out very end of the year. So we're getting quite a lot of these. I am yet to pick up volume 4, I think, so I can be able to read obviously 5. But yeah, it's super popular manga, especially since like the animes come out as well. But yeah, it's such an intense like manga, considering like that it's about football. But yeah, so I need to just pick up volume 4. But yeah, we got volume 5 out. So that was Kodansha. So we're moving on to Kodansha. So next we have Last Gender volume 2. I really enjoyed the first volume. Definitely explicit, but I like the areas that it sort of like touched on throughout the story as well, like the people that you get to meet as well. So I'm excited to read volume 2 as well. But yeah, like I say, definitely one for mature audiences. Then we have Hitorajime My Hero volume 13. So this is definitely a long series. I am missing a couple of volumes, so I'm not quite here yet, but I really enjoy this story. It is an age gap story. I know some people don't like that, so just be aware. And it is BL. It's sort of student teacher, 10-year age gap, but I really enjoy this story, and I'm happy that there is an ongoing series as well. This was supposed to be released in December, but we've only just got it, and I think volume 14 releases August time as well, which you can pre-order. Hopefully that doesn't get pushed back. And then we have Runaway With Me Girl volume 2. So the first one, if you watched my last haul video, the first one kind of broke me a little bit. Like it did not go in a direction that I was expecting, and it was a little close to home for me with the themes that it touched on and spoke about. I'm hoping that there's more happiness in volume 2, and it really does make you root for the happiness of the like main characters, and you really want them to be happy. So I've yet to read this. I'm kind of like mentally preparing myself now. I know sort of like what direction it's gone in. Then we have volume 4 of One Dance. I'm so excited for this because I freaking love One Dance. I think it's relatable. Like the main character is quite relatable in his like insecurities, kind of wanting to sort of just melt into the background and not really stand out until he finds something that he's really passionate about. So yeah, it's about hip hop dancing. I freaking love this series so much, and it's so cute in places as well. I think the author does a great job at like actually expressing like movement in the manga, which is like hard to do obviously in 2D, to get such big movements in. So yeah, I need to read this one. And then we have Island in a Puddle volume 5. How cute is this cover? So this is the final to this series. I've really enjoyed this series so much, so I'm excited to see how it actually ends as well and how the story wraps up, but also a little sad that it is now finished. So that is everything that I picked up that are new releases. Now we're going to go ahead and check out already released manga that I went ahead and picked up, which isn't too many actually. So let's get into it. Okay, so first one I got was Love and Hope volume 1 from Yen Press. This is one that's kind of been on my hit list for a little while, and I finally saw it. I had some like points to spend on one of my cards to like get money off, so I saw it and I thought, do you know what, I'm going to pick this up and see like how I feel about it. I've only just picked this up, so I've not read it. There's quite a few volumes out, 8 possibly, something like that, 6 or 8. It's kind of like being on my sort of like list to pick up, so I'm excited to read this one. We have Beast Complex volume 1, because I pre-ordered volume 2. I saw this, I was like, I better pick this up. So I believe this runs alongside Beastars, sort of like as that's happening, I want to say, but it's like little stories and events and stuff that happen like during that time, which is an ongoing series, so we're still going to get more releases of this. I also picked up from Kuma the last of the releases that I was just missing from the collection, so I now have everything that they've released so far. And I picked up Mountain Lover because this is actually going out of print. They were actually helpful enough to announce that on their Twitter, that this is actually going out of print. So if you haven't got it, you want it, then if you see it, pick it up, because it's not going to be around for much longer. So then I picked up Kisses, Macaroons and Lonely Pie because I was missing this. This is kind of like a couple of different stories in one. Lots of fun. As always, Kuma's books are mature and usually uncensored as well, just to like prepare you if you do decide to pick up any of Kuma's publishing. They are part of Denpa Fuka. So if you're familiar with those, you kind of get the gist of like their kind of releases as well. And then Can an Otaku Like Me Really Be an Idol? This was super fun read. I really enjoyed this. I kind of wish that we got like another volume of this because I kind of want to see like the main characters, like more of them. But yeah, this was really fun. And then we have from Viz, we have some more volumes of Nana. So I got volume 7, volume 8, volume 10, 11, which is a chunky boy, and volume 17. So the only one that I'm missing now is volume 12, and I've seen people getting theirs in the mail, so hopefully, fingers crossed, I'm gonna get that, and then that completes my Nana collection, which actually didn't take me that long to get. And we also got volume 9 of Kame-sama Kiss, which concludes Kame-sama Kiss for me. I now have all of them. Again, actually it didn't take me that long to collect all the volumes. But yeah, I was just waiting on this one, so I was up to volume 9 and waiting to read it, and sort of at the beginning of the month when I got this, I blasted through most of Kame-sama Kiss again, so that was a big chunk of my reading volumes, because there's 25 volumes. But so excited. I love this series so much. It's so cute. I love the characters. I love the comedy in it as well. And then the last things that I picked up of imprint stuff is from Sublime. I'm trying to catch up on Sublime releases. There's a couple of series that I need to pick up any volumes for, so I'm kind of like put a bit of a focus more on that. We have Crimson Spell Volume 2 finally came back in print, so I picked this up. I'm just missing volume 3, which has also come back in stock. I'm just waiting for it to get here, and then I've finally got all of Crimson Spell so far. Kind of sad that volume 7 is being pushed back to next year now. It was already pushed back, but to push it back another year is kind of like, it's quite sad. Because I love this creator's work. This is also the creator of Finder. She's done a few one-shots as well, which you can find in English, but they are out of print. But yeah, I do really enjoy this creator. And then finally got the physical for Don't Be Cruel volume 6. This has been out of stock for so long, and this is one of my favorite ongoing series as well. I love these two. I just love them so much and how they are, and again, it's another couple where I'm like, I just want them to be so happy together. So finally happy to get that. And with that, Don't Be Cruel Plus is also finally back in stock. So this is just like a bunch of short stories sort of running alongside the series as well. So this covers like the first couple of volumes in the series, and they are quite fun to read as well. Also with reprints, we finally have False Memories of Volume 1 and Volume 2 back in stock, so you can now order these as well. I know people thought that these were out of print from Sublime, but they're not. The only things from Sublime that are out of print is Man of Tanga, which is one shot, and Sleeping Moon, which is a 2-volume series as well. Everything else is going to be reprinted, and Sublime did reply to someone on Twitter to say that next couple of months everything should be back in stock. So we're nearly there. with like Sublime stuff, but yeah, you can already see like things coming back in stock, which is great. Like Blue Morning as well, like they've been out of stock for like the longest time, but they are also like been coming back into print. So that is everything from Sublime that I picked up. I also really like this creator. This is the creator from Candy Color Paradox. There's also another one shot Dash, but that is like harder to find. But yeah, I enjoy this creator. And then we are going to do the final volumes that I picked up, which is I do a monthly out of print order for BL, because I'm trying to collect as many as I possibly can. And it was only a small order this time, but let me show you what I've got. So from June we have Entangled Circumstances. This is just a one shot. I do really enjoy the presentation of June's manga when they had the old yaoi manga down the side with this like little fancy writing, because like all of their older manga had this on them, so I think it looked really nice that they all had their own like little side bit. But yeah, so that's just a one shot. We have from Doki Doki, which is no longer exists, Fevered Kiss, which is a light novel. We also have Merman in My Tub. This is volume 1, which is out of print. I believe the others are still in print. Volumes 3 and 7 I think are just out of stock at the minute, but volume 1 is out of print, which is so annoying when they do that, but if there's no demand for it, they're not going to keep them in print. Then we have from Do Press, we have Naughty But Nice and Spicy But Sweet, little series as well. I'm trying to like get the rest of these in my collection, because there's not too many, so I'm trying to like get publishers where there's not like hundreds to collect, not like Digital Manga in June. There's a lot more of those to try and find. Another novel from June, I picked Immoral Darkness up as well, to try and get. I've got a few of these novels, so I want to obviously try and get those as well. And then Kitty Media, we have volume 1 of Dog Style, 2 with Dog Style, and 3. So that concludes that set as well. I'm happy that I managed to get the full set of this. If there is like a few volumes in a set, I do try and find them all together rather than just try and get 1 or 2 from a series. And then finally from Doki Doki, we have How to Control a Sidecar as well. So this is the like same author as Yellow, which I know is probably one of the more popular series that this creator has done. I've been trying to find this for a little while, so I'm finally happy to have it in the collection. And that is everything that I picked up, so kind of short and sweet as well. There's so many like great releases that have been released, and having looked at like release calendars from different publishers, I am super excited for like all the releases this year. There's going to be some absolutely amazing ones. And Sublime as well, they have announced 2 new series that they're going to be releasing, which I am absolutely stoked for. End of the year, beginning of next year, which is Pink Heart Jam, which like did the rounds on TikTok. Like people were starting to pick up like the Japanese version. It was getting really popular, and Sublime has actually picked that up in English, which is really exciting. And also Love Nest Second, which I mentioned before in one of my manga videos. So Love Nest is a 2 volume series, which is a spin-off from Sayonara Game and Change World, and I much prefer Love Nest over those. I feel like the creator really sort of like came into their own and really developed an amazing story. And I saw that the creator was had been working on like a sequel, so it's kind of like Therapy Game Restart. So far it's ongoing, I believe. So I'm excited that they have picked that up and they have licensed that, so I'm super excited for that as well. Just in case you haven't heard it and you are interested in BL or Sublime manga releases. But yeah, that's it. for this month's picks. And like I say, it's probably not going to be as huge as what like the last couple of hauls have been, and it is probably going to be more focused on new releases, but anyway, I hope you guys are enjoying the manga series on the channel. I love doing these. Obviously I love picking up manga, so if you do, don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know what you're most excited for this year for being released down in the comments below, and I shall see you in the next one. Bye everyone.